as you all know, when we start doing these webinars and me and Tierra come together, it's life changing. And I'm excited for everybody who's on here, especially the newest people. We're 5 days away from the end of our growth-a-thon, including today. And if you all are brand new and don't know what the growth-a-thon is, well, you'll see a lot of recognition at the end of the month. You'll see people being recognized for achievements of income, achievements of rank. And it's really to help grow and stretch everybody as we get things kicked off. But T, I'm doing amazing, man. Maybe you can start off by sharing your story. We'll talk about the vision, and then we'll get this thing going.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, again, thank you guys for tuning in for today's webinar. Thank you for showing up for yourself, your business, and your future. But I'll briefly share with you guys my story. My name is Tier Edwards from Indianapolis, Indiana. I've been a part of this platform, I will say this industry for quite some time. But before I got into this industry, you guys, I was actually a personal trainer, and I managed a few gyms here in Indianapolis. And that was after, leaving university and realizing that, I wanted to do something where I could actually impact lives. And so I started within the fitness industry, made some pretty good income. And then, Jason, I started to realize that I was in the BBD club. Now, what is that club? That broke, busted, and disgusted club, right? And I started to realize that I wanted something much more. Why? Because the environment that I was in couldn't give me more of what I had already knew about, right? Guys, write this down. If you want more, you must become more. And so in order for me to become more, I had to change my environment. That's when I reached out to Mr. Darren Gibson, who introduced me to a different way of living. Everybody put the word different inside the chat. Because success is not difficult, success is just different. And I saw the type of lifestyle that he was living, and I realized that he's doing something that I'm not doing. He knows something that I don't know. So what did I do? I put my pride to my side, Josh, put my ego in my pocket, Marlito, and I asked for help. Everybody put the word help inside the chat, because today we're going to give you some help. We're going to give you some help. Because everybody has problems on this call, but it comes down to, do you have a team? Do you have a support system? Do you have some leverage to help you overcome those problems and challenges? And me, Darren was my help, but it wasn't more of a physical help. It was more of a mental help. Him exposing me to something better allowed me to realize that I could have and live much better. And so, August 12th, 2016, went to his home. He introduced me to our mentors and this beautiful platform that we have today. And, I made the decision. Everybody put the word decision inside the chat, because I realized at that time I wanted something different. And the prerequisite to making a decision, John, is to want something. And I love what Bob would always say, you have to match a want with discipline. You have to match a want with discipline, because when you have a want mixed with discipline, now you have a desire, you can take action on it. And so Jason, August 12th, 2016, made the decision to get started. Matter of 24 hours, I was able to earn some income. 3 weeks later, walk away from my job. Now, guys, that's my results. That's my story. I'm not telling you that that's going to be you, but I just followed the system. I used the help that was available to me. So Jason, man, what's your story, bro?
My story is very similar, man. I think everybody has a similar story. When I got into this energy, this environment, personal growth, the team that we have, I think most people join this business for two reasons. It's very simple. We join either out of inspiration or desperation. Mine was both. All right. I had a double-edged broke sword that I needed to be fixed. And so, Tia, when I got around this environment, man, it was an inspiration. I saw young people winning, coming from the environment we come from. You don't see individuals that are young and successful. You don't think that success can come at a young age. And, you're just not shown certain things. I remember I was speaking to a guy yesterday, and I said, I only did certain things because I was exposed to certain things. Mm-hmm. And the only things that you're aware of is what you're exposed to. And so that's why We always talking about proximity is power, become exposed to a different environment. And see, that's what happened to me, man. I got plugged into the environment. I got plugged into calls like these and on a consistent basis. And what it was doing to her, it was reprogramming me, because I come from a background like most of you that said, hey, if you want to be successful, go get a good paying job. Hey, if you want to win in a big way, go to school. If you want to do this, take the system route, take the traditional route. We were always programmed with these false idolizations because we hear it from somebody that might have authority. But Tierra, when I got older, I realized that most people that grew old, wisdom stayed alone. They didn't have the results that I wanted to have when I started to see the environment that we came from. So this changed the course of my life, man. I started when I was 18. We've been blessed to build this business now for me 7 years. And it's been life changing. I always tell people that if you're willing to sacrifice 5 to 10 years of your life, then you can have the remainder of your life. And that's what we've done. And I'm excited for the future, T. And so now the future's bright. We have, people all around the world that are shouting out freedom, people that their income is rising, and if you're a part of what we have, like the 5K club, or matter of fact, if you've been a part of this environment and if you've gotten paid, because I think, Tia, these people ain't here for hope. These people ain't here for belief. These people are here for money. That's why we're here. We always say, let's call out the elephant in the room. If you've gotten paid from being in this environment, just put payday in the chat. Because Tierra, what I shared on the call yesterday, you were on the call. I said you can't go to the rent guy, you can't go to the mortgage person, you can't go to the bank and say, hey, can I pay my bills with love today? Do y'all accept belief? Do you when you're going to buy groceries, Renee, do they accept your payment on credit of hope? No, they accept some cash, right? So when we want to do, Tierra, we want to talk about the elephant in the room. Let's get these people paid. Why do we want to get you guys paid? Why are we helping people earn income? Well, very simple. All these things that you see on the screen of what do you really want, they all tie into one thing: financial freedom. The more income you have, and not just the more income, but how you're earning your income, that will determine the time. And then that will determine the future. And that will determine the environment. So once we teach these people how to build time and financial freedom, it's like they say, if you ever went bowling, I'm a pretty good bowler, so laughing. If you ever went bowling, you know that if you hit one pin, then it can slide over and hit the next pin. Well, it's the same thing with what we have right now. Let's knock down the pin of more money, and that slides over and collapses every other pin that we have here. So Tia, that's why I believe people are on this line, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I remember when we were in Cancun, and Houghton really, well, Mr. Bugs broke this down. There's 4 things that everybody is looking for. People are looking for more time. People are looking for more money. People are looking for a better future. People are looking for a better environment. But, Jason, I know for sure when it came to you and I, once we, found a better environment, everything else came along with it. And majority of people are looking for, the major 3, which are, having more money, having more time, and having a better future. But nobody really thinks about how critical or how important or how impactful it is when you change your environment. Because we've been brought up, go to school, get good grades, get a good paying job. That is also environmental programming. We're getting programmed each and every single day. Everything starts with what? The mindset. What is your mind set on? Is it set on prosperity, or is it set on poverty? And Jason, I love what, Bob would always say, if you're born into poverty, it's not your fault. But if you die into poverty, that was your choice. And when it comes down to your environment, if you don't change your environment, you will continue to live the same way that you're living right now. So the real question is, how bad do you want it? How eager are you? That's the better question. How eager are you to changing your current circumstances? I know we're in this thing called a recession, but at that same time, you got to realize that there's an expansion, right? Wherever there's difficulty, there's an opportunity. Wherever there's a challenge, there's a solution. It depends upon what, Jason? Your perception. Most people are focused on problems. That's why there's very few of us that are able to share with them a solution. But typically when you find an environment like this, oh, it's too good to be true. Oh, they just, they just talking all that positive stuff. But guess what? The positive stuff works. Same way as the negative stuff as well. A man or woman that thinks that he can or cannot is still true. Based upon the concept of themselves, based upon what they believe is true. And Jason, what happened to us was, we just changed our truth. Why? Because we changed our environment. We changed the people that we were associating ourselves with.
Yeah.
And that's a huge thing, and once we got in the right environment, we started to learn what? More about money, the value of time. Guys, I want to ask y'all this question. Which one is more valuable, time or money? Put it inside the chat. I want there should be over 60 something people putting their response in there. I'm seeing the same thing. Time. So if you know that time is more valuable than money, what are you doing with that valuable time? What type of memories, what type of experiences, what type of impact are you creating in that time? Jason, what you think, man?
What do I think? Man, I got a lot going on, but this is what I think about it, T. I shared this on the call yesterday, because right now I'm studying one of my programs, and there's a chapter in it, and the chapter is called "It's Easier to Win."
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, when I first started to listen to this information, reading the Think and Grow Riches or the Power of Awareness, two of my favorites, and I'm reading this information and I'm listening to these people talk, and Tierra, they're doing what we're doing right now. They're up here talking about money. They're talking about time, and I'm sitting in the back and I have no money. I have no time. Couldn't even spell time. So at the end of the day, I didn't believe that what these people were saying was true. But what I believed here, I believed that they believed it. And
Right.
one of the things that was taught to us is that, first off, if you're in a position of wanting success or change, you really have to adopt this mentality, Elena. It's easier to win. When I did the call yesterday, I said the reason why it's easier to win, Tierra, and we're going to get into this, but most people are not waking up in the morning going after their dreams and goals. They're waking up in the morning going after time at work. Mm-hmm. Most people are not waking up in the morning saying, man, I can't wait to get to my first call. I got this meeting to go to for my business. They're waking up saying, oh my God, I'm about to be late for work. So most of you that are entrepreneurs on this line, you don't have any competition. It's easier to win. Tierra, we live in a time right now, man, it could not be more easier to earn money. Like you talked about a recession. What I love to do, Tierra, I love to study time periods like this. And when you study time periods, go back to 2008. If you go back to 1980, if you go back to 1930, those were what we consider depressions, recessions, or all the Essions. It was something along those lines. It was it was a problem to be solved. And you know what's crazy, Tierra, is that it's all about how you look at the coin. Mm-hmm. It's all about your focus. I heard Tony Robbins say that we don't experience life, we experience what we focus on in life. Mm-hmm. And most people right now are focusing on what somebody else's opinion is about the economy while somebody else is getting rich. Right. Tierra, we saw this during 2020. When the pandemic happened, I call it a plandemic. I don't know what, everything just seemed so seamlessly. It just flowed. They had QR codes ready. They had toilet paper ready. Some of y'all got more toilet paper than investments. I mean, y'all just went to go. They had everything set up, right? Pre-orders on masks and all this deal. So whatever the plandemic, whatever you want to call it here, we saw companies that tripled their value by doing nothing different. Right. Tierra, I saw your business triple in size by you doing nothing different. Zoom went from, during one of the worst periods, quote unquote, in American history, where everything was crashing, Zoom, the computer that you're on right now, went from 10 million to 40 billion in 3 months. Mm. And Tierra, you want to know why? It's first off, it's about position. They got in position. You see, some of you are not winning simply because you're not in position. Right. What we're trying to do right now, Tierra, is we're trying to put people in position. And it's called the right side of money. So if you really want to understand where your life is going to be, Tierra, we keep it very simple. The only difference between most of you being from where you are to a 6 or 7 figure earner It's called a razor's edge. And it simply depends upon which side of money are you on. Tier, I'll let you talk about this.
Man, I remember when I first got into this industry and really just in business. Let's just put it like this. We use network marketing as a way to generate and create wealth. I want you guys to write that down. If we have any new people on the line, I want you to realize that the person that's invited you to this call is giving you a better way to create a lifestyle that you want, right? And I'll put it like this. I remember when I first started reading and studying, the great Robert Kiyosaki. And I related so much to his story because, I had a father who, was in and out of prison and, just realized that, he could only do so much. And he didn't have, a great education, but at the end of the day, he had an education that he could feed us with. Really pay attention to what I'm saying. But what I love about Robert Kiyosaki was, he had a poor dad and he had a rich dad. I want to ask you guys this question. How many of you have a rich dad or a rich mom or whatever? Do you have somebody that's pretty wealthy, well off? Do you listen to them on a daily basis? Because write this down. Whoever has your ear has your lifestyle, right? Whoever has your ear has your lifestyle. Life is what everybody is granted or gifted with, but style is the way that they live it. And I realized that my dad couldn't live a lifestyle of freedom. Why? Because he had so much of a baggage in regards to his past that stopped him from doing that. But he gave us all that he could possibly give us. But I want to share with you what most people do. They start on the left side of money. This is what I would call the 96th percentile, where most people are doing what? They're trading their time for money. Everybody was taught, go to school, get good grades, get a good paying job, work 40 hours out of the week, 40 years of their life to retire for 40% of the income that they cannot live off of today. Mm. Who am I talking to? Am I talking to somebody? Right? Because I realized that when I was working a job, I was being a slave. If you look up the root word for employee, it is called a paid slave. I'm a firm believer, Jason, that I serve one king and I have no boss. I don't have a master. I am a master. Guys, get my perception on this. I'm not put on this earth to work for anyone, but I'm here to serve others. I think, in the Bible, it said, service to many leads to greatness. Now, we're not talking about serving somebody some McDonald's food. We're talking about serving people, helping them get their, help them achieve their goals, their dreams, and their purpose. Now, again, I'm not here to bash jobs. I'm just here to share with you a better opportunity. But most people don't know what an opportunity looks like, Jason. Right. So let's talk about another form of, being a slave, self-employed. Now, the difference between this is you can be a barber, you can be a dentist, you can be a truck driver, right? You can have your own small, traditional business. But the big problem about that is you own a job. You're still trading your time for money. Yes, you can control your income, but at the same time, you can't control your time either. Why? Because if you have a small business, right? Let's say you got a residential commercial moving business. You can operate that business, but if you don't have a team, if you don't have leverage, we're going to talk about that here in a second. If you don't have leverage, guess what? When you want to travel, you're not earning income. When you want to go and take care of your kid and you're the main breadwinner in the house, now you got to sacrifice your business to go and take care of your kids. If your business requires your presence 24/7, you don't have a business, you have a job. So Jason, let's talk. I'm gonna let you talk a little bit about, the right side of money, because we've been learning a lot about this, but right now it's not about the learning, it's about the unlearning. Yeah. We got to unlearn the left side of money. Why? Because that's labor money, that slaving money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, T, I think when we get into and you can pull up the other sides really quick, but when we talk about the left side of money, and then we get into the right side, people have to understand, like you said, they got to untangle the knots.
Mm-hmm.
When I first got into this business, it wasn't so much people telling me what they were doing that got me involved. It was them telling me where I was at. It was them making me aware of the mess I was already stepping in. Because one of the things I learned here is that if you're new on this line and you've never heard this before, I can pretty much guarantee if you ask the newest person, hey, what do you really want? They have no clue. Have no clue. Some of you guys have been in the business for a while, still don't know what you want, which is okay. But Tier, if you ask them the question, hey, what don't you want? Hey, let me ask you guys a question. Put in the chat what you don't want. What don't you want? Come on, let's participate. What don't you? Toby, he was ready. He had job typed up. He just ready to hit send. Look, a job. What don't you want? What else? We know you don't want a job. What else? You don't want to work hard. You don't want to be broke. You don't want poverty. My current situation. Tier, all these things that people put in the chat, I knew exactly what I did not want. So when I'm hearing these people talk, and they're not talking about their success, it wasn't the success that got me involved. It was them exposing my mess. It was the exposure of the mess. And then when I really sat down and said, this is what I don't want, it made it so easy for me to accept what I do want. Let's talk about the right side of money, being a business owner. Own the system. Tia, I think that this is huge, man, when we talk about having a system. Like you have the picture of McDonald's. Like when I think about McDonald's here, I think about, some of you guys think about burgers and fries and whatever they serve there, or milkshakes. When I think about McDonald's, I think about Ray Kroc. I think about the guy that took one franchise and made it 33,000. And when you think about this, if you eat McDonald's in America and then go to Germany and eat McDonald's, the French fries look the same. I forget one of our mentors said, how could $1 billion company be ran by teenagers and sales increase?
Systems.
Because they have a system. Look, if you don't own a system, you'll work in one. And I'll tell you what a system is designed for, and it can be used for good or it can be used for bad. If you're in a job system, the system of a job is meant to keep you in line. Someone I was speaking to, I think even today, I heard somebody say it, and they always say this, you guys probably said it, man, this economy is so screwed up. Some of you have said that before. Man, this economy is so screwed up, Natalie. Toby, man, this world is so crazy right now. It's so screwed up. I'm going to leave you guys with a little secret. The world is working. The economy that you think is screwed up, it's actually screwed in. It's working. Do you think that it's a myth that 3% of the world controls 90%? Do you think that that is just something that they threw up in the air and said, yeah, let's try it? No, they know what they're doing. This is not by luck, it's by design. That's why when Earl Nightingale said it's easier to win, the reason why it's easier to win is because most people are in the system and only 3% are awake. Look, if you don't create your own system, you're working one. What do I mean by that? And if you don't understand what working in one means, that doesn't always mean you're getting paid for it. That means you're going to build somebody else's. Let's look at Facebook. Tia, the way we built our business, same way Mark Zuckerberg did Facebook.
Yep.
Mark had 5 friends. 3 of them said, you're crazy. We know what happened to those guys. 2 of them said, what do you got for us? He said, man, I got this idea. When we go to people about this business, they think we're selling products. We're selling ideas. I heard a guy, his name was Miles Monroe. He said there's a difference between poor people, rich people, and wealthy people. He said poor people work for money. He said rich people work for things. He said wealthy people work for ideas. I repeat, poor people work for money. The whole goal is to get a little bit of money. Get a little bit of money. So guess what they do? The money is the main focus, so they lose focus of the main thing, which is time. When you guys put time's the most valuable thing in the chat, I got a question for you. If time's more valuable than money, why do you still trade your time for money?
Hello.
Somebody's going to leave the call. Listen, you guys got to think about this. If time's more valuable than money, why do you still trade your time for money? It's because we're not programmed to think. We're programmed to say things that sound good, but our life doesn't match what we say.
Mm-hmm.
Damn good question, Andy. And then he said, rich people work for things, meaning that the whole goal of somebody rich is to get the Lamborghini. But he said, wealthy people work with ideas. Mark said, I got an idea. It's called Facebook. Tierra said, I got an idea. It's called iBoomerang. Or it's called the 5K Club. This was nothing but an idea. And he said, this is how we're going to execute the idea. First thing we're going to do, we're going to build a network of people that our product moves through. Mark Zuckerberg built a network of people that Facebook moved through. So therefore, you worked for Facebook. Who built it? He didn't. You did. Friend telling a friend telling a friend telling a friend. Hey, man, there's this new app called Clubhouse. I'm like, what the heck is a Clubhouse? I haven't been in one since I was 12. No, man, you got to download this new app called Clubhouse. You can do your podcast on there. Really? Word of mouth. And Tierra, once we learned the idea of being a business owner, of owning a system, and once we built that up, then we can trickle into the last category called investor. I heard the great Jim Rohn say this, and this, if you guys can take anything from this call, matter of fact, you can take this and leave the call. You'll probably be good if you just get this one idea. He said, poor people spend all their money and invest what's left. Poor people spend all their money. They work a job to get a check to spend it on Friday and forget about Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
They get the money to spend it. It's getting it to spend it. Getting it to spend it. When you spend money, S-P-E-N-D, the money ends, it goes out, and it will never come back. Has it came back since? For me, it hasn't. The casino never walked to me and said, hey, Jason, here's your $3,000 back. Never came back, you know? But at the end of the day, you guys got to understand the concept called investing. Tierra, what we're doing with the 5K Club, what we're doing with this business by Boomerang, we're teaching people how to get on the right side of money. Number one, when they join the platform on Boomerang, they get to learn how to build a network. Then once they build that network, they can monetize the network, earn income from, and put their income into different vehicles. Whoa. It's all about which vehicle that you have. See, I'll let you touch on this, man.
Well, when I say we have a vehicle, like I want you to really pay attention to what we're sharing with you. Number one, an idea. Ideas take you places. Ideas take you to places. Ideas get you in front of people. Ideas open up new doors for you to go up new floors in life. You guys get what I'm saying? Because you use your vehicle of your job to pay for your bills. Do you have a vehicle that's going to pay for your future? Do you have a vehicle that's going to pay for your future? Not just you, but the people that you impact, the people that you touch, your family, your community, your state, your country, your world. I think it was John F. Kennedy said, don't ask, the world what they can do for you. Ask what you can do for your world or your country. We so focus on what we can get, we stop forgetting that we're put on this earth to give. Give what? Give value. Help the next person. Our purpose is not to be on this earth to do what? To have dominion over other people. No, we have dominion over the resources that God has gifted us in this world. What's the number one thing that we've been gifted with? An intellect, an imagination. We are God's highest form of creation. We can create whatever it is that we want. How do you think that we created this beautiful car of a Rolls Royce? And I chose this car for a reason. Why? How many of you know how long it takes to actually manufacture a Rolls Royce? Don't worry, I'll wait. Let me ask you this. Jake, you're on the call. How long did it take for you to make a Jaguar JLR?
Jake's probably driving his Jaguar right now.
Right. Range Rover.
Range
Right.
Rover.
Right. All the average cars take less than 24 hours, if not 24 hours. But something that's luxurious like a Rolls Royce takes time. Why does it take time? Because not a lot of people can actually appreciate or purchase this. Why? Because of value. Value. Whatever you want that's valuable, it takes time. Not only that, not a lot of people are qualified for it. So when it comes to this idea, not everybody is qualified for this idea. I always often tell people, Jason, I don't know if this opportunity or this idea, is for you. I don't know if you qualify. Hopefully the person that asked you to be on this call today, they qualified you, right? But when it comes to this, when you do qualify, this is what you get. Number one, you get leadership. Don't ask what you can get, ask who you're working with. Don't ask about what the product or service is, ask who are you working with. The who will always tell you if the what is good enough. Mr. Holton Buzz got into this industry 30 years ago, 30 plus years ago. Never made any money when he first got started, but he developed and found a system that helps people like you and me come from zero and turn into $1 million earner in no time. Again, this is not a guarantee or a promise, but again, if you follow the system will help you succeed. And during that time, he put the system success, his own, through his own steps. But not only that, he helped other people along the way. How many of you have a boss or a manager? I don't like saying boss, but how many of you have managers that have sat down with you and asked you, hey, what is your goal for this year? How much income would you want to earn? How much income would you want to earn? I got you, Jay. Do you want some more time off? What's going on with your child? When was the last time they asked you a personal question? Do they even care about you? This guy does. We do. Whoever invites you to this call, we care about your future. We want to give you something where you can really create a lifestyle where you have something that you can pass down. And the reason why he created this company is simply because he wanted to bring the truth into this actual industry. In this industry of network marketing, we would always say, hey, you can pass down your income down to your kids. But we never heard anybody say, yeah, if it wasn't for, Uncle, Jason and Uncle Jake, man, we wouldn't have had this big old house. He said, I'm going to stop that lie. I'm going to bring it into reality. So he designed the PRID. What is the PRID? The Perpetual Residual Income Builder. It is our artificial intelligence. It is our computer that works for us. It does the things that we don't necessarily want to do, which is sell, cross-sell, have to promote different products and services. Guess what it does? It does all that for us. I like to call it, Jason, the permanent retirement income builder. What you think about this, bro?
I think it's crazy, man. I think this gives everybody the power of Jeff Bezos. Imagine if you ran Amazon and you had 1 million employees, you had products and services, and all you had to do was jump off a yacht and drink a margarita. Right? It puts everybody in that position of power, man. And the beautiful thing about what we're doing, even though this is a system that people can build, this PRIB is designed for you to get in and get out.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing I love about what we do, Tier, is that we're giving people an idea that they can build that will get them into something else, that can allow them to earn more income into different things. So what we designed along with the products and services we have are our system, and the system involves the community. When we have our system in our community, Tier, most people that join a business or join network marketing, they're so focused on the product, but they don't understand that the product is only a portion. The real product is the people. And when you grow people, you grow a business. So that's why we do so many.
Wait. Say that one more time.
When you grow people, you grow a business.
No, that before.
What?
When you grow,
What I said? What gem did I drop?
People.
Talking about people?
Yeah.
Well, whatever I said, because I don't know what I just said. God works through you, right? So, but at the end of the day, when you grow a business, you grow people, man, and people are so focused on the product. They're so focused on the product. Now we have amazing products. You can't be in business if you don't, or you won't be in for very long unless you have a dominant system like McDonald's with a horrible product. But we have a good product. We have travel involved. We have trading involved. When you rank up, we have other products. When you join our 5K club, we have NFT projects. So, but you have to get started with our Boomerang platform before you get plugged into the 5K stuff. But anyways, Tier, we got great products and services, man. We have elite of elite, and to the point where you have something so good you don't even feel like bragging.
Mm-hmm.
You have something so good you don't even feel like convincing anybody. Tier, we're way past convincing people we got the best, because when you actually have it, you don't have to prove to anybody you got it.
Mm-hmm.
And most people are so tied up on the product because they don't really understand what they have, which is people. Because people are the product. Name the last time the hotel slept a robot. No, it sleeps people. I know you got a Tesla. I know your car drive. You got my car does the same thing. It drives itself. You let your hands off the wheel. But how many cars have started by themselves without a person turning on? It's people. So Tier, what we designed is really a mindset system. Mm-hmm. All these programs like the Masterclass, Boys to Billion, Ladies Leadership are designed to teach people about their inner work to help them build the outer work. Because you got to ask yourself, there's people that are in, let's say Jake, for example, he worked at JRL. Let's say there's somebody that's selling Range Rovers and they're in the same dealership. They got the same car, same dealership. They're a cube away. The cubicles, they're one cube away from each other. Mm-hmm. One earns 50 grand a year. The other earns 150,000 a year. What's the difference? Same cars, same products. Well, my product's better than yours. Okay, well, they're in the same building. They got access to the same Range Rovers. Right. So what makes the difference? It's the person. So if we teach people about their mindset, look, understand this, your income's going to go right where your mind is. So you can get in the best network marketing company. There was a lady I was talking to the other day, and she was claiming why our company is so better, why this is so good, why this is so that. I said, you know what's crazy? You're saying this is so good, but they're still broke people. Mm. I said, if it was that good, don't you think everybody would be rich? So what makes the company? The product? No, the system, the mindset. That's why we have these different classes. The master class taught by Mr. Darren Gibson himself. This guy, he can fart and earn $1,000. I mean, it's just crazy. He's teaching people all around the world to do exactly this. Then we got the Boys to Billions. This is specifically for men development. Then we have the Lady Leadership led by Diamond Destiny. So what we all have is a system for all different areas. Then the 5K club. The 5K club is what we call our asset club, the investment club. Because how when you get into one thing, or if you go to the bank, and the bank, they have your debit card, then they got your credit card, then they got this card, that card, this card, that card. So how the banks have all these different things that you can invest into? Well, we've become a bank for the people. And when people join the system, join our Boomerang, this is what happens. When you join it and build it up to 5,000 in volume, it's called the 5K club. When you get 5,000 volume in a month of your business, guess what we do? We call you, ring, 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 ring. Hey, Tier, man, congratulations, dude. You just got to 5K in your business. I know you earned a little bit of income. Don't spend that money and have it end. Let's show you where you can invest it. Welcome to the 5K club. What's the 5K club? Man, the 5K club is built on the investments that we're putting our money into. We're going to show you where to put your income. We're not going to say, hey, go get real estate, and we don't have real estate. We're going to say, hey, look, the money that you're earning is called seed capital, SEED, meaning that the money that you earn from your business, you don't spend it like we did. You reinvest it and replant the seed. I think it was Holden that had the video. He said you only spend your third passive income.
Mm-hmm.
We spent half of ours, the first half of ours. we didn't get to number two. We spent the first one. But you're not supposed to spend until you got your third passive income. And Tier, you know what's crazy about our environment? Not too many network marketers will give you other things to invest into. Why? Because they want your focus solely on just building the business, because what you earn helps them earn.
Mm-hmm.
We're at the position now, we're like, look, dude, we want you to be financially set, because if we release you, Tier, I'm not the biggest fan of the word retire, because, you know, people die 7 years after. I'm the biggest fan of the word release.
Mm-hmm.
Andy, when we stop retiring people and start releasing people, then don't you think they'll have more energy to build their business? Don't you think it would be easy? Like I got a text message from a couple that I'm working with, and my guy, Mike, he texted me, no income claims, but he said, Jason, these past 7 business days, I've earned over 5,000 these past 7 days. Don't you think that he's going to have more energy now to build the business because he's in the asset club that we have? It just makes sense. So what we have designed is, this is the real product. It's like McDonald's. They don't win off of hamburgers, they win off the golden arch, the system. So that's exactly what we have built here, T.
Absolutely. Like, if you were at the event last night in the UK, put 5K inside the chat.
Hey.
Because, you know, we had a lot of people travel all over. Mr. Gibson is actually, he should be in Denmark as we speak. Simply because, you know, we got a lot of people, you know, that are really running. They're working towards achieving some great things, and not only that, helping other people in a big way as well. But the main thing is, you know, helping other people, putting them in a position where they can win financially, where they can be confident in sharing this business. Why? Because this business is helping them be more confident in how they live and create their lifestyle. Let me ask you guys this. How many of you would love the person that introduces you to something that's going to impact your income for the better in the future? Put it inside the chat. That's what Darren did with, you know, with Jason and I. Because you got to remember this. When you don't make a decision, you're not impacting people's lives. But when you make a decision, you're able to impact people's lives. If I didn't make a decision, majority of that room wouldn't be there. Majority of that room wouldn't be there. Why? Because I had the courage. I made the decision that I was going to get started. And then I shared it with someone else. And he shared it in a big way. Now we have an event in the UK. Now we got people like Mr. Fraser Grant, now closer to Emerald. So it's just a matter of you making that decision to impact other people's lives. And then they continue to do the same thing. So you see how you not making a decision can hurt other people's lives? So the 5K deal, man, that's huge.
Yeah. And the goal with the 5K, see, I think we need to talk about this. The goal with the 5K club is that we help 5,000 people earn 5,000 a day. And what I mean by that is the brokest person. They're going to wake up one day and say, dang, man, only 5,000 a day. And you guys think, look, here, when I did the call yesterday, I said, you know, you don't have to believe in gravity for gravity to work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we talk about the vision of what we're building and the amount of people that's income is changing, you know, you see like Jake on the line. Jake could be at his first million in the next few months. You see other people on the line like yourself, Tier, earning crazy income every Thursday, every week, income's rising. And we used to talk about this stuff, but now it's coming to fruition.
Mhm.
There's a quote that says life or death is in the power of the tongue. And with the vision of the 5K, the purpose behind this for everybody to really understand is, and honestly speaking, man, when you're building a business that requires you to work with people that are looking for an exit from their job, the biggest excuse that most people use is their job.
Mhm.
I can't do this because I have to go to work. I can't be on the call in time because I don't get home from work in time. I can't go to the event because I used up all my off days. I can't do this. I can't be on Zoom right now with my camera showing or have my headphones in because my boss may see. For 7 years, I've heard that. For 8 years, Tierra's heard that. For however many years people have been in network marketing, that has been the thing that we're trying to get out of. It's the same excuse we used to stay in. So with the 5K Club, the real vision, you want to know what the real vision is? So people don't have jobs unless they want to. It's each one teach one. It's each one reach one. When Tierra gets wealthy, he doesn't get wealthy. He brings people with him. It's like they say, first, you got to climb up the ladder. Then you throw the ladder back. That's the 5K Club. So for anybody who says, man, what's you guys' vision? What are you guys going to do? Well, just anybody that asks you what does 5K stand for, just say 5,000 people in 5,000 a day. Have a good day. Bye. They're going to run back to you. Hey, wait a second, man. What do you mean 5,000 people earning 5,000 a day? You see this shirt? Yeah. Well, this shirt represents that we're on a mission of helping 5,000 people earn 5,000 a day. Do you want to be one of them?
You know, it's funny as you saying that. I had that shirt, my 5K shirt, and I had quite a few people stop me and say, "Hey, what do you mean by becoming wealthy shouldn't be hard?" Well, if you're in the 5K club, it ain't gonna be hard. Why? Because you got different buckets of income that's coming in where, again, you have leverage income. When you're on the right side of on the right side of money, you don't work for money. The money works hard for you. That's where most people don't really realize when they're in the 96th percentile. What we're doing is we're helping you create leverage. Leverage how? When you have a team, you have leverage now. Why? Because as a team, guess what? We all have our own weaknesses, right? Jason played basketball. I played football. We all had a team. He was good at things that I wasn't good at. I was good at things he wasn't good at. But as a team, we can leverage each other's strengths to do what? To win. When you're getting into this, you're using your leader, your sponsors' experience for your own self. And it's like what Jason just said, each one teach one, each one reach one. Don't just give a person a fish, teach them how to fish. And that's what we're doing. We want to help at least 100 diamonds. We'll create 100 diamonds within our organization and produce over $30 billion in income when it comes to our company. 30 billion. Look, guys, let me put it like this. One second. Thank you for that. Anybody that's negative, hey, we booting you off. I don't do that. But anyways, $30 billion. When we think about the 30 billion, we're thinking about how many lives we're impacting. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about us filling up stadiums with our own organization where the actual company is like, yo, can we be a part of this? We are already on the verge of doing that. Ever since we got into this company last year in 2021, we came in dominating the whole company, not because of ego, because of confidence, belief. We know where we're going and we know what we're doing. And only that, we have a vision in regards to how many people we want to help and the lives that we want to impact. Jason, what you think, man?
I think it's already done. Look, everything we said we did, we've already done. You know, and the problem is here, like somebody asked me the other day, they said, man, if you were starting over again, what would you do differently? And I answered the same way every single time. I would have thought much bigger, much sooner. My first goal wouldn't have been six figures.
Mm-hmm.
My first goal probably would have been six figures a month. I would have thought much bigger, much sooner, because whatever you think about, you get.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the universe hasn't let us down yet. Everything we thought about is exactly what we get. So Tierra, when we say, you know, we're going to do this, or we said we're going to do this and we did it, we said we're going to do this and we did it, everything that we said we've done, we did. So the only difference is the amount.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is the amount. If I ask you, Andy, do you know how to get home 5,000 times? You say yes. So we know how to help 5,000 people earn 5,000 a day.
Mm-hmm.
People are already doing it. So what we're doing is, along with that, is called creating experiences. That's what events do. We have our Sapphire and above. Look, if you qualify, congratulations, 20,000 in volume in a month. Look, Tia, I don't know how long it took us to do 20,000 volume in a month in our first year. There's people doing this in their first day.
It's so funny because we used to think about, you know, doing 8,000 in 1 week, and now you got us doing that in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's different frequency. It's like what Jake was saying, you know, when we first got into this environment and with the right, you know, leadership, our awareness grew very fast. Why? Because we were inside this little lake. And then once we crossed over to here, now we got into this big old ocean where we can grow even bigger. So it's just a matter of, again, perception. Change the thing that you look at, the thing that you look at will change. And so that's how we done for ourselves. And, you know, we've really just done some phenomenal things in a short period of time. But not only that, we're just beginning. Our next event is going to be in Prague. That's going to be a phenomenal event. That's an event where you can really say to yourself, you can really say, man, I have no limits. I can really achieve some great things because of the people that I'm associated with now, because I'm in the right environment. When you hang around stars, you become a star. But you know how the stars become stars? By creating other stars. Me and Jason didn't get to where we are right now just by helping ourselves. No, we only did it by helping other people. So if I were you, what I would say is make a decision. I would say definitely make a decision, because at this moment, we already know what you want. It's just up to you on whether you go out there and you go and get it. It's up to you. Jason, for you know, to bring this to a landing, what's the next step for these people, man? We got a lot of stuff going on these last 5 days. We can really crush some major ranks. We can help a lot of people. But you know what's that next step, bro?
It's decision, man. Like I'm reading the chapter in Think and Grow Rich right now. Only the first two paragraphs. It says procrastination, the opposite of decision, is a common enemy which practically every man must conquer. The only thing you got to conquer is yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no. Like Tierra, and the beautiful thing about what we're doing, we don't care if people say yes or no. Because you have the best quote. It says, tell me yes, tell me no, tell me fast, I gotta go. Well, Tierra, why do I need to tell you yes or tell you no very fast? Because us waiting on you to make a decision, we have other people behind us like this waiting on us to turn around.
Mm-hmm.
There's billions of people in this world. And Tierra, you know what's crazy, man? The person that is on the line right now that makes the quickest decision, you may not get the fastest results. You may not see $1 million tomorrow. You may not enroll anybody tomorrow. But here, it's crazy how the quick decision makers are the ones we call incubators. They take a little bit more time, but then at the end of the day, they end up earning the most income. They end up being at the top of every chart. They end up leading the way with every single call. They end up doing the things that everybody says what is fantasy or what's lucky. Luck is an expression of unknown results. Mm-hmm. When you make quick decisions, you may not get a quick result, but I can almost guarantee you that decision will catch up. And it's cheap, man. 5K Club is what, $2,000? and it's going to go up on July 1st to 5,000 to get in. I remember somebody asked me the other day, they said, man, why do I got to pay? First off, people ask crazy questions. First off, why do I got to pay to start a business? Has anybody ever heard that before? Caroline, why? I got a question. And they try to sound smart. Why do I have to pay for a business? When people get into business, they bring a job with them. Of course, jobs are free. That's how much they're worth.
No, they ain't. They cost you your time.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They're not. They're very, very expensive. Money-wise, you ain't got to pay for it, though. Only thing you got to do is convince your boss you won't be late. And you'll still be late. Mm-hmm. Look, with the business, I don't know any business tier where you can earn 1,000 a week, 2,000 a week, 3,000 a week, 5,000 a week, no income claims, but kind of claiming. You can earn 20,000 a day where you can start for 2,000. Where you can invest 5,000. Even if you put in 2,000 a month, it still wouldn't add up to your earnings potential. So what you all have to understand, it's like I did the call yesterday. I said, hey, I got a book that costs $11.99, but it's helped me earn tens and 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 tens of thousands. $11.99. See, some of you guys, $2,000. You got a couch that costs $2,000. They got Kool-Aid stains and chips and whatever y'all eat in the UK, fish and chips. You got grease in the couch. See Jim online. You got all the dirt in the couch, and the couch costs $2,000. So of course you don't view the business as a business. But if you take this book that's helped more millionaires than any other book, I'm not selling books either. I know Jake's like, he's selling books. No, I'm not selling books. But if you take this book that costs $10 to help people earn millions of dollars, then you'll understand why we charge so little. You'll understand why the investment is only $2,000. Mm-hmm. And here, what's crazy? If we charged $100,000 for the 5K club, more people would do it. That's why everybody wants to be in real estate. Why do you guys, first thing every entrepreneur says, I want to get into real estate? Because you think just because it costs $300,000 to get a house, you're going to earn $300,000 the next day. It doesn't work like that. So Tia, I think we need to raise the price to $100,000. Maybe 50,000, because what will happen at that point is, and I shared this on the call, I got to end it off with this because this is what it just baffled me. I said the reason why most people have a tough time leaving their job is because they invest so much into school to get the job. Even when they know you put 50 grand in, come out earning 25,000. Even when they know they're not going to earn nearly their investment, they will stay there because of how much they invested. I think this is too cheap. I really do. I think we got to raise the look. Put raise in the chat if you think we should raise the price. Raise it 2 times, like the Migos. 2 times. Look, do you think we should raise the price? The only reason why I say that because I want you guys to understand what you really have. Don't value this for the price tag. You want to add value to it. Treat it as if you invested 50 grand, 100 grand, $1 million, and watch what happens to your business. Look, it's only $2,000 to get in the 5K club. Enroll with the business, then enroll a family account. Very simple. You can get your spot and you get your family a spot for $2,000. And you know what's crazy? When people don't look, I got a lady right now. She's not even trying to build the business, the iBoomerang business, but she's earning because now she's hooking people up to the 5K. She's got 3 streams of income. And her goal wasn't even to build this business. And she got paid yesterday, didn't even know she got paid. How cool is that? All because she, number one, acted. She took action. And number 2, she listened. If you add action plus the right voice, you have no option but to win. So Tia, that's why I'm excited about what we have, man. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to everybody who's a part of it. If you're brand new, the only thing I have to say is start now. Because look, like Fat Joe said, yesterday's price ain't today's price. It's going to raise. the bar is going to get higher. The standard is going to raise. And the last thing you want to do is try to jump on the train when it's moving. Even if you get on the train, the doors are still locked. Get on while the doors are open and take action. T, appreciate you, man.
Yep, no problem. Appreciate you guys. Hey, that's it. Get back with the person invited you to this call and let's help you get started. Let's help you change your life. See you guys later. Boom.